Never played the first one, but is this game spoopy? I have no idea. Apparently it's a short game, so let's dive in. The lighthouse. Okay. Let's take a look.
Dear Esther, the morning after I was washed ashore, salt in my ears, sand in my mouth, and the waves always at my ankles, I felt as though everything had conspired to this one last shipwreck. I remembered nothing but water, stones in my belly and my shoes, threatening to drag me under to where only the most listless of creatures swim.
I think it's slightly laggy. Do you feel it too? What the hell? This is spoopy. Is this a horror game? I have no idea what this is. Yeah, why is it a little bit laggy? Wait, options. Video. Text. Okay, let's do low. No, it's something else. I'm not sure what it is. Never going to play Last of Us 2. I will, I just don't want to start it now. Put on windowed mode. Vertical sync, maybe. Detail foliage. Draw distance. Oh. No, it doesn't lag. $10K PC. Don't you dare bully my PC, okay? What the hell? I can actually cross? I didn't think I'd be able to.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter.
Oh.
Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later.
This reminds me of the Get Over It
The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
No! Wait, does this mean I failed? Let's see what's here. There's a way up here too.
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
Okay, let's see here. Is this where I fell down? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm back up again. I've been playing WoW for so long I forget there's other games out there that I might find interesting. I know. WoW takes up a lot of your time. It really does. Go collect on WoW, Aslan may catch
Donnelly
up.
by the
No,
weak
he's very
afternoon
behind,
sunlight.
it's okay.
He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
Wait, what is he talking about? I haven't actually been able to focus on what he's saying. Other games than WoW?
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Okay. Looks like there's two paths here. One is higher than the other.
They were God-fearing people, those shepherds. There was no love in the relationship. Donnelly tells me that they had one Bible that was passed around in strict rotation. It was stolen by a visiting monk in 1776, 2 years before the island was abandoned altogether. In the interim, I wonder, did they assign chapter and verse to the stones and grasses, marking the geography with a superimposed significance that they could actually walk the Bible and inhabit its contradictions?
So we're talking about some shepherds, what they would do. They had a Bible that went around. Okay.
Dear Esther, I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
I just realized large means that the text is massive. I don't think we need the massive text.
This hermit, this seer, this distant historian of bones and old.
Do I move my camera so you guys can see the text? Or is it fine like this? Let's do it like this.
Old bread, where did he vanish to? Why? Asked the farmers. Why? Asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Is that where it came from? Have I played this before? No, I haven't. Low quality texture? Yeah, I do have low quality texture. Someone said I could probably put it higher. Was it detail foliage? Foliage? Enabled? No. Not sure if I see a difference, but it's kind of dark here, so it's hard to say. It's so weird when there's two paths. Like, where am I supposed to go? Looks like explore, interact with objects, and listen to a story game. I don't see any objects to interact with. Wait, I'm zooming in. What the hell? I don't think I can go here. Okay, let's go this way instead. So there's two paths, but the top one, I can't even go there. Can't even go there.
The vegetation here has fossilized from the roots up. To think they once grazed animals here, the remnants of occupation being evidence to that. It is all sick to death. The water is too polluted for the fish. The sky is too thin for the birds, and the soil is cut with the bones of hermits and shepherds. I've heard it said that human ashes make great fertilizer, that we could sow a forest from all that is left of your hips and ribcage, with enough left over to thicken the air and repopulate the bay.
I have heard. So it must be true, right? Whenever I read anything, it's always true. True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, summoning stones, true. Even more trues. What is this called in English? Is it called canyon? Like when it's like a path and there's like cliffs on both sides? Yes? Achievement
Dear
unlocked,
Esther,
Donnelly.
I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times.
Okay.
But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Oof. Two paths again. Let's go left. I like left. I like left. Achievement unlocked English. I unlocked that one too. I'm left leaning, am I? I don't think I'm left leaning. I think I'm actually sitting really good right now. Is this a scary game? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like a story listening game for now. Was that a joke? No. What does left leaning mean? Doesn't that mean that I lean to the left? What does left leaning mean? Okay, path here.
It's only at night that this place makes any sluggish effort at life. You can see the buoy and the aerial. I've been taking to sleeping through the day in an attempt to resurrect myself. I can feel the last days drawing upon me.
Oh, nothing here.
There's little point now in continuation. There must be something new to find here. Some nook or some cranny that offers a perspective worth clinging to.
What if it's Nook and
I've burnt
Cranny?
my bridges.
Nook's Cranny! He's
I've sunk
talking
my
about Animal
boats and
Crossing!
watched them go to water.
Okay. I got gifted sub from Joker Lels. Nice! When I wasn't even on Twitch yesterday, not sure how that happened. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. I'm glad you got it, Shadok. Immersion. Nick Nunu, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. Dear Esther. Okay. Finally got my red eye back. Nice, yes. Remember, watching the stream gives you points which you can also use to unlock emotes for a day. In case you'd ever want to, people who are not subbed, you can unlock emotes by using points. But they only last 24 hours though. Okay, nothing here. Do I have a map? No, I don't have a map. Oh, guys, what's the length of the game Machinist? Or Machinima? Wait, what is it called again? Machinarium, maybe? Is this the dead end? No!
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
There's no game like that on the list. Machinist. Yeah, you can also unlock emotes and turn them, like mirror them. You can also turn them black and white, and yeah, you can do a lot of things. You can squash them together. I forgot what the game is called. I think it's maybe Machinarium. And I think I have it.
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Okay. That cartoon-looking game? Yeah, it's a bit cartoony. It's like a clicking game. Machinarium is 5 to 6 hours. Okay. I want to play that game. You have it? I don't know. Is it a Steam game? I'll double check, I guess. I thought I had it. I know that the first time I saw the game was at my sister's,
away from the sea
but
and
I thought I
towards
had
the
it
center.
too.
It is a straight line to the summit, where the evening begins to coil around the aerial and squeeze the signals into early silence. The bothy squats against the mount to avoid the gaze of the aerial. I too will creep under the island like an animal and approach it from the northern shore.
I don't have the game? I don't? Okay, I thought I did.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians.
Of course,
He was not considered a
Scandinavians.
man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work.
Oh,
He
I
caught
just
some
remembered
disease
the
from his
mobile game called
malcontented
Lineage.
goats and died 2 years after completing it. There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
So I don't, they carved white lines in the cliffs when somebody died? Like as a warning? Wait, you got me the game now? On Steam? Thank you, hey kids. What the hell?
My heart is landfill. These false dawns waking into the still never light. I sweat for you in the small hours and wrap my blankets into a mass. I have always heard the waves break on these lost shores, always the gulls forgotten. I can lift this bottle to my ear, and all there ever is for me is this Hebridean music.
Wait, which direction did I come from? Where do I go? Gotta make use of the Steam Summer Sale and giving OJ more work. Of course, of course. Makes sense. But yeah, basically I played Missionarium partly at my sister's once, like 1 or 2 years ago, like a while ago. And I think she, yeah, they had it on the PS4. So it's definitely a game that's on a lot of platforms, like you said. What? Oh my god. Honestly, I'm actually gonna be so self-conscious once Corona is over and when we start going to events, and if I hug anyone, like, cause I hug everyone. Like, I hug Corsair, I hug MSI, like, I hug anyone that I've ever worked with. And now I'm gonna be like... It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Annie's hug, Annie's no. No one is ever hugging again after Corona, that is true too. And just brofist everyone. Oh, my headset just died. It's Jimmy Jamal. Thank you so much for the 5-month resub. How are you doing today?
Link established. Charging battery.
Link established. Charging battery.
He left his body to the medical school and was duly opened out for a crowd of students 21 days after his passing. The report is included in my edition of his book. The syphilis had torn through his guts like a drunk driver, scrambling his organs like eggs on a plate. But enough definition remained for a cursory examination, and, as I suspected, they found clear evidence of kidney stones. He's likely to have spent the last years of his life in considerable pain. Perhaps this is the root of his laudanum habit.
Laudanum? What
Although
is
its
that?
use makes him an unreliable witness, I find myself increasingly drawn into his orbit.
Oh, he's an orbiter! What? No. Did I really just go around in a circle? Ruling immersion again? How? Oh, charging battery? Can I swim? Wait, I need to see what this achievement is. Drown once. Well, I guess that answers the question whether I died or not. But hey, that was an achievement. Gotta catch them all, right? Gotta catch them all. I didn't even know it was possible to die in this game. Of course you don't. Are you an achievement farmer like me? I bet if you ask Asmongold, he wouldn't know either. And he died in a walking simulator. Gladiator warlock mechanics. Oh, that was quite funny. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. It's okay. Why do you have two warlocks on the same server? It makes it easier when I do raids, because they're on two different accounts of mine, so I can put them both in the same raid, for example. And also it makes it possible for me to like send gear between them, send consumables, enchant. It's just a lot more appropriate to have it on the same server than different servers. What is the sound here? Because I just wanted two Alliance Warlocks. I used to have a Warlock on a different server, but I stopped playing that, and now I'm playing this one because it's on the same server. What is going on here? It's the gang. It's a cult. Hey, this place looks cool. No, I got achievement for finishing a chapter.
This far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
Achievement unlocked. Fail to your death once. Already more achievements than Asmongold. True. True. I'm so confused about this game. How do you guys feel about playing such a random game? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what the goal is. I'm kind of like walking through, seeing pretty things. And creepy things. Oh.
I first saw him sat by the side of the road. I was waiting for you to be cut out of the wreckage. The car looked like it had been dropped from a great height. The guts of the engine spilled over the tarmac, like water underground.
Well, there's nothing here. Guess we'll go here. Everybody pause champ. Reminds me of Forza when he plays random little games. Maybe we should make that a thing. Okay. Leap of faith! Oh, now I can swim? I couldn't swim before. Wait, so I drowned by the beach, but I jumped from a cliff into water and I'm fine. Nice. I somehow think that I would survive the other one, IRL, and not this one. You were swimming downwards though? I don't know, I think I'd be more likely to survive that beach scenario, don't you think? Walking through a cave teaches you how to swim? Of course. Of course, you're right. I don't know, Annie, you said you hated the beach? I do, but like, I grew up going to the beach a lot. And as far as I can remember, I did not drown. Speaking of drowning, my sister once jumped into a pool. She didn't realize that it was deep, and she was like 7 years old or something. And she couldn't get back up. She was like in trouble. And luckily there were a lot of people there, and I started like shouting, and then a guy who was a good swimmer, I guess, picked her up, and everything was fine. It was one of those, like, it wasn't a beach, it was one of those outside pools. On one side it's shallow, on one side it's deep. And with deep, it's not like super mega deep, but maybe like 2 meters or so. Oh, you know what this reminds me of? No Man's Land. I think it was called. Called No Man's Land? No Man's Sky. Yeah. I mean No Man's Sky. Exploring the different lands.
If the caves are my guts, this
Picking up
must
resources.
be the place where the stones are first formed. The bacteria phosphoresce and rise, singing through the tunnels. Everything here is bound by the rise and fall, like a tide. Perhaps the whole island is actually underwater.
Perhaps it is. Hey, this is pretty cool. The game where you explore No Man's Land? No Man's Sky! Only women own land in No Man's Land? Oh. Have you ever played Myst? Myst. OJ, have I ever played Myst? Myst is an old game? Old game? That's an old adventure game? Nope? Okay. You'd probably know if you had? Okay. Yeah, I guess in that case I haven't. Oh my god! This reminds me, you know when you go to a theme park and there's like a building of like light effects and stuff and you walk through it? It reminds me of that. In Sweden, in Gröna Lund, you have...
When I was coming round from the operation,
What was it called? Lustiga
I
huset?
remember the light they shone in my eyes to check for pupil contraction. It was like staring up at a moonlit sky from the bottom of a well. People moved at the summit, but I could not tell if you were one of them.
There's nothing here. A mirror room? Not necessarily a mirror room. They had mirror rooms too. But like, basically, like all around you is a monitor, and they have like effects and like stars moving and stuff like that. Oh, behold! Damascus? Taken? Is taken. Oh my god, this is cool. Guys, walking in here, I just went from being a 3 head to a 5 head. See all these formulas? All the letters? And it shall be a fungus heap. Rungus heap. I don't know. Ruinous heap. See, I knew it. What does ruinous mean? Like in ruins? I skipped one? What did I skip? Fungus heap. Yep. Yep. Oh, maybe this is the Shadowlands. Oh, there was another sentence before. Okay. Missed something back there. Of course. It's moving! Look! How do you like the Elgato system? Is it easy to use? Honestly, my answer will be yes to your second question, regardless of what Elgato piece you're talking about. But yeah, what do I think of the Elgato piece? It depends what system you're talking about. The Stream Deck, Elgato Keylight. Honestly, I'm sponsored, so anything I say is gonna be like, oh my god, hashtag ad. But honestly, their products are amazing, and I'm very, very happy to be able to say that I'm sponsored by them. They're like top of the line in anything that they do, basically. Very streamer oriented. Hashtag ad, move along, boys. But yeah, like I use just hit myself. I use the Stream Deck, which is very good for like programming different things that you want quick access to. I have the key lights, which are my lights. I can switch off my lights, for example. Whoa, complete darkness. Yeah, like I think all the Elgato products are really good. Okay, apparently I'm in water now. Does it do sub goals? So the Elgato key light is just a lighting system, right? You can choose warm light, cold light, up brightness, low brightness, and set it to your Stream Deck. The Stream Deck is kind of like having a remote control, and you can customize and put any kind of controls you want there. I'm not sure what kind of control you'd want for sub goals. Because the Stream Deck itself is not an overlay, it's like a control. You put macros in it, basically. Every button is a macro. This is making me uncomfortable. Why? Oh, why is it still underwater? We're out now. We're breathing. Why am I walking slow now? Ooh. Esther achievement, which is finish chapter The Caves. Okay. We did it. I'm back, I can't sleep. What's up, Lincoln? Welcome back. Oh, look at that, so pretty.
sat here and watched two jets carve parallel white lines into the sky. They charted their course, and I followed them for 21 minutes until they turned off near
21
Sanford
is very
and were lost.
specific.
If I were a gull, I would abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
Since when is the sun white? This is not a sun, this is a moon.
I returned home with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed.
Ooh.
It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my
Machine.
palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
What the hell? Kirkus Mentis just gifted 5 subs, which already is a lot. Thank you so much. On top of that, every single subscription is a tier 2 subscription. What the hell? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. There is no alerts right now, but I just saw that in the chat. When I play my variety games on Sundays, I do this every Sunday, I play different games. I switch off my alerts, but I saw it in the chat. Thank you so much. That's really generous of you. Yeah, imagine gifting tier 2 subscriptions. What the hell? It's like next level. Thank you. Oh. But now I'm starting to see like things. There's a photograph. Okay. That's the chemical structure of shungite. What is shungite? LMAO? I don't know if I'm being trolled. I guess I am. It's a miracle rock that cures everything. Oh. Sounds like something I need. Sounds like something I need. It's a useless rock, kinda like azurite. Hey Annie, what's this game? What's up? TJ7 Nuts. What is this game? This game is called Dear Esther, and it seems to be like somewhat of a
All by the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly written boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
so far it seems like an exploration, like a walking simulator, exploring, looking type of game with storytelling in the background. I'm not really sure what to expect, but that's what we've seen so far. Do you know what shungite is? Anybody know what shungite is? No, not Suge Knight. I think he's locked up in prison. Talking shungite. Anyways, it's a 2 billion year old rock stone that protects against frequencies and unwanted frequencies that may be traveling in the air. So
From
that's
here,
my story.
I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Wait, what does he mean with you? Like, what is he referring to? On a sudden... A light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. Eggs. Can I go past here? No. Am I gonna drown again? Shit. There's nowhere else to go!
Come back.
Come back. Wait, where am I now? Oh, here, okay. Okay, where did I come from? Did I come from, like, the above place or here? I don't remember where I came from. Is this where I came from? Does anyone remember? I think I should go down. Hi, how can I join the retail guild, by the way? If you're on Ravencrest, you can just whisper someone who's online in Morally Fuchsia. You came from down? Okay, so I'll continue up then. Did I say happy birthday to Trump? Today's his birthday? No, I didn't! Wait, which Trump do you mean? Do you mean Hearthstone Trump? MAGA? Oh, President Trump? Yeah, let me just dial up his number quick.
I will drag it like a crumpled hatchback, tires blown and sparking across the dimming lights of my vision. I'm running out of painkillers and am following the flicker of the moon home. When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they restarted his heart with the jump leads from a crumpled hatchback. It took 21 attempts to convince it to wake up.
The Southwest Weston's Mare M5. Oh, that's it here? Wait, so it's not President Trump? So is it Hearthstone Trump's birthday? Then I need to say happy birthday to him. There's a person there. Did you guys see that? There's a person there.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a
Charging
bottom.
battery.
I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark,
Wasn't he
we
here?
will come together.
He was here! And now he's gone! This is rigged. And as he was pricey ding on his journey. The Miss Last was DLC? Yes, we played the DLC already. We did. Oh, proceeding. And has come near to Damascus. And he was there.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
3 days. Without sight. Without sight. Neither did he eat nor drink. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. This is kind of creepy. Yeah, this is quite creepy, actually. I feel like the light is changing a bit. It's darker, I think. So this guy went to Ireland, wrote a bunch of nonsense on the cliffs, got syphilis and died. Syphilis? Wait, what is syphilis? Is that the disease that he's talking about?
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
Okay. How to get STD alone? Did he get STD or was he talking about the other people? You really look kind of exhausted to me. Oh, thank you for asking. I'm a little bit sleepy, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I can feel myself getting sleepy. Which is a good thing, because I kind of want to try to get some hours today before I have to get up for my meeting at 9 a.m., which is in less than 7 hours. What time is it there? 2:30 a.m.
Death with the roar of the cage, traffic, heart stopped on the road to Damascus. Paul sat at the roadside, hunched up like a gull, like a bloody gull. As useless and as doomed as a syphilitic cartographer,
Monka,
a
it's
dying
starting to sound
goat
really
herd, an
serious
infected
here.
leg, a kidney stone, blocking the traffic bound for Sanford and Exeter. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. All his roads and his tunnels and his paths led inevitably to this moment of impact. This is not a recorded natural condition. He should not be sat there with his chemicals and his circuit diagrams. He should not be sat there at all.
Okay. Came into. Damascus. Wait, what country is she in? In Sweden. This game isn't the best
We will
with
leave
helping to stay
twin
awake.
vapor trails
Yeah.
in the air. White lines etched into these rocks.
Oops.
Dear Esther,
We came to the
I have
tower.
burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Oh. Wait, what? Is he jumping? He jumped! Wait, did he turn into a gull, or was he always a gull? Hi, Luna. Luna's like, I can turn into an animal too. No. Never wants to be my lap. So now do we see all the areas that we just passed? I'm petting Luna if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay, wait, is that the ending? was the ending. What the hell? Wait, what was the question? I mean, what's the achievement? Paul. Finish chapter The Beacon. Man of the Rocks. Walk 5,000 steps. Okay, I'm not sure if I really understood the story. And does it have different, like, endings? Can you change the fate of the game? Herman, explain? Yeah, we need an explanation here. We need an explanation. I don't know. Have to go finish this paper. Good luck. Good luck. Not really. This is only this ending as far as I know. Okay. So was he a gull all along? Did he turn into a gull? No, there were no choices. But I thought maybe where you go might change the result of things. Esther is the narrator's wife, and she died in a car accident or something like that. I don't know the rest. Okay. We woke up on an island with terrible weather, got drunk, stumbled into the ocean, washed ashore 3 hours later, fell into a cave, hit your head, and woke up in the air, falling from a tower after you turned into a bird and flew to England. So does that mean you probably died?